Imagine you woke up one morning, completely blind, surrounded by thousands of identical roads. Every direction looks exactly the same. No street signs. No GPS. No map. Yet somehow, you still find your bedroom every single time. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's basically the life of an ant. Every day, ants leave their nest, travel hundreds of times their own body length searching for food, and somehow return home without getting lost. So, how do they do it? Most people think ants simply remember where they came from. But that's only part of the story. As ants walk, they leave behind invisible chemical trails called pheromones. These trails are like tiny sand highways. Other ants can smell them with incredible accuracy and naturally follow the strongest path. Here's where it gets even smarter. The more ants that use a trail, the stronger that scent becomes. And because the strongest trail usually leads to food, even more ants start following it. It's like millions of tiny GPS updates happening every second without a single satellite. But what if that trail suddenly disappears? You'd expect the ants to panic and wander aimlessly. Surprisingly, many of them don't. Scientists discovered something that shocked the world. Some ants actually count their own footsteps. Yes. They literally measure distance by keeping track of how many steps they've taken. To test this, researchers performed one of the strangest experiments ever. They carefully attached tiny stilts to the legs of some ants, making their legs much longer than normal. What happened? Those ants walked way past their nests because every step covered more ground than their brains expected. Then the scientists tried the opposite experiment. They shortened the legs of another group of ants. This time, the ants stopped far too early, believing they had already reached home. That proved something incredible. Ants weren't just following smells. They were using an internal pedometer, counting their own steps with astonishing accuracy. But that's still not the whole story. Some ants live in deserts where the scorching heat quickly destroys pheromone trails. There are no scent highways to follow. So how do they survive? They use the sun. Desert ants navigate by tracking the position of the sun across the sky, almost like carrying a built-in compass wherever they go. And it gets even crazier. They can detect patterns of polarized sunlight, special light patterns that are invisible to human eyes. While we see an ordinary blue sky, ants see a hidden navigation map spread across the heavens. All of this happens inside a brain smaller than a grain of sand. Despite having only around 1 million neurons, far fewer than humans, an ant combines chemical trails, step counting, visual landmarks, and the sun's position into one incredibly efficient navigation system. In fact, scientists are now studying ant navigation to build smarter robots that can explore caves, disaster zones, and even distant planets where GPS doesn't exist. So the next time you see a tiny ant carrying a crumb across the ground, don't ignore it. You're watching one of nature's greatest navigators at work. And here's something to think about. If a creature smaller than a grain of rice can travel hundreds of body lengths and still find its way home without a map, why do humans still get lost with GPS?